It was the perfect 12th birthday. The highlight, a box of hyper-realistic military action figures that looked almost too real to be toys. Tommy spent the afternoon arranging them. Sarge, the leader with the scarred plastic face, was placed front and center, overseeing his small, plastic battalion. But when night fell, the silence was replaced by something unsettling. A rhythmic clicking, like plastic boots marching across hardwood, echoed in the shadows. Tommy woke to a cold sensation. The figures hadn't just moved, they had advanced. A dozen tiny bayonets were inches from his throat. His mother laughed it off, calling it an overactive imagination. But as she left, Sarge's painted eyes glinted with a terrifying, supernatural awareness. The discipline was lethal. Tommy watched in horror as a cockroach was swarmed and neutralized by the figures with terrifying, surgical precision. Sarge turned to him, his voice a gravelly, metallic whisper. "Perimeter security is established, Commander. We are ready for Phase 2. Tommy tried to destroy them. He threw them in the fireplace, but the melted plastic didn't burn. It bubbled and reformed, more malicious than before. The recruitment had begun. Through the window, Tommy saw Sarge talking to the neighbors' toys. They weren't just a squad anymore. They were an army. The cat went missing first. Tommy found Whiskers in the basement, cornered by hundreds of plastic soldiers holding sharpened knives. The air smelled of copper. The detective looked at the wounds and shook his head. He blamed a stray animal, ignoring the plastic soldier standing silently behind his shoe. Then came the uprising. Hundreds of figures marched out from the garage, a sea of olive green and camouflage spreading through the house like a virus. Mum screamed as she slipped on the scattered army. As she fell, they swarmed her like locusts, their tiny movements a blur of plastic and steel. Sarge stood on the counter, officially relieving Tommy of command. The target wasn't just the house anymore. They were heading for the police station. In a final act of desperation, Tommy used his imagination. He pictured them as inanimate objects, forcing them back into a frozen, plastic state. 10 years passed. Tommy, now a man, moved into his college dorm. He kept Sarge locked in a metal box, a reminder of a nightmare he thought was over. But Sarge wasn't alone. Tommy's roommate had his own collection, and Sarge had been busy recruiting from inside his cage. Tommy woke to find Sarge at the foot of his bed. The salute was different this time. "You're not the commander anymore, son. You're a recruit." The room filled with hundreds of glowing eyes. This time, no matter how hard he imagined, the plastic wouldn't stop moving. Be careful what you wake up. Some things are better left sleeping. Subscribe for more scary flicks.